readers, welcome back to this week's episode of Savvy Reads. In honor of Black History Month, we are rounding up books from authors of color, specifically women. Our first Black History Month read is a generational novel that takes place in the past and present simultaneously. The Revisioners by Margaret Wilkerson Sexton follows a story of two women living in different eras. Although these two women live in different eras, they find themselves in very similar circumstances. The story starts off with Josephine back in 1924. Josephine is the owner of a thriving farm who manages to free herself from slavery as a child. When her new neighbor, a white woman named Charlotte, reaches out to be her friend, Josephine accepts even if it's a bit uneasy at the time. Fast forward almost 100 years to Ava, a descendant of Josephine, who finds herself suddenly unemployed and struggling to take care of her child. Ava moves in with her white grandmother, Martha. Martha oddly starts to pay her for her companionship. Suddenly, Josephine and Ava find themselves in worrying situations as their companions start acting strangely towards them. For Josephine, her friend Charlotte starts to find solace in the KKK, and the relationship threatens Josephine and her family. Then Ava notices that Martha's behavior becomes erratic, which threatens the life of Ava and her son. Will Josephine and Ava's stories end the same? You will have to read to find out. This novel is really important because it's being heralded as a powerful tale of racial tensions across generations, according to People magazine. The next Savvy Read we have for our Savvy readers is Children of Virtue and Vengeance. This is the sequel to the amazing novel Children of Blood and Bone, and it definitely lives up to the hype. After magic was suddenly disappeared under the ruling of the ruthless king, people were determined to return it to Arja. So accompanied by the rogue princess Amari, the two were able to avoid their enemies and battle impossible odds to bring back their magic to their people. However, it seems that their plan was a little too successful. This conflict has two sides between the people and the monarchy that have magic, which makes everything just way more complicated. Zelly has to find a way to bring together the people of her kingdom before everything falls apart. Who would have thought that bringing back magic would be the easy part? This is the second book in the trilogy. The third book is set to come out in April, so now is a great time to get hooked. Ever think about how one book can change your life? The characters I've read at the bone probably think about it all the time. This book goes into depth of how different generations of family members and certain acts of them have changed their lives drastically. This book opens at Melody's 16th birthday party. She's celebrating with her friends and family, walking into the room to the music of Prince, wearing a handmade dress. However, that dress has a ton of history behind it. 16 years ago, the dress was actually sewn for her mother, but her mother never got the chance to wear it. The entire story weaves around the events that led the family to Melody's ceremony. Woodson showcases the relationships between parents and children and how certain choices can bring people together or divide them forever. What's more, this book explores everything from class to status to education and ambition, and how we all make long-lasting decisions for our lives even before we even know who we are or what we want to be. This book is perfect for anyone who grew up reading Woodson's middle grade and teen novels, or anyone who is looking for a great read that will pull on their heartstrings. We highly recommend it and check it out. Thank you, Savvy Readers, for joining us on this episode of Savvy Reads, celebrating Black History Month. Make sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at shelfsavvy.com.